Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing really well. You're learning a foreign language. You've been practicing and you want to get fluent in that language. And you want to know how much you've improved. What is your level and are you fluent in that language yet? Well, I found that there's one phrase in particular where you can quickly or sometimes instantly know what your level is in that foreign language or if you're reaching fluency in that language. That's what I want to talk about today. If you're interested, stick around. You've been practicing your foreign language and you've been routinely working on it and speaking with native speakers, and you've been improving. And you want to know if you're reaching fluency, how good you're getting. What you think your level is in your target language is secondary. It is best based on the perception or the response that you see from the native speaker that's receiving your message. You walk up to someone or you're having a conversation with someone, you are holding a good conversation with them. Now, there is one phrase that you can look for to determine very quickly if that native speaker thinks that you're fluent or that you're at a native level in that language. I have heard many times, okay, as I've been learning languages, it goes something similar to this. Wow, you speak target language really well. You're doing really well with your language. Wow, you're doing a great job, and I'm surprised. It is intended to be a compliment, and the native speaker has very good intentions most of the time. However, the native speaker receiving your message is commenting on your language skills rather than focusing on the discussion at hand. You see the difference? The native speaker recognizes that you're not a native speaker and that you're probably learning the language, and it's meant to give you encouragement to keep working and improving your language skills. In my experience, you'll probably hear this phrase in some form, right, over and over again as you're learning a language and you keep improving. When you keep improving and you get to a point of fluency where you're very fluid in the language, right? And you approach someone and you speak to them without thinking, okay? It's effortless and it just flows, right? You don't even think about it, right? Now, that person will simply engage you, okay, in the target language, talk to you about it, have a talk with you, respond to any questions that you have. And that person instinctively doesn't focus on the language, but instead they're focusing on the conversation, right? They don't need to comment on your language skills. When you're speaking your native language in your home country, as an example, and you meet another native speaker down the street, right? Do you comment about how well they speak the language? Of course not. That's the last thing on your mind, right? You're focused on the conversation or on body language or some other things. You're not focused on their accent or how they speak the language or something like that. So I like to see that as a goal. And that if you're fluent and you approach someone and you effortlessly ask some questions, introduce yourself, you have a talk with them, and there is no mention about your language and how well you speak the language, you're making progress, etc. If you can do that, it shows you're making real progress towards being fluent. Okay? In fact, if you reach fluency, a great goal is to go on a trip. Try going on that entire trip and effortlessly speak to the people in the target language and see if you can go the whole trip without anyone commenting on your language skills. Everyone is simply focused on the conversation and who you are instead of the language. That would be a big win in proving that you're getting really fluent. You're really making great progress. I hope this was helpful. If you feel that this would benefit some of your friends, some of your colleagues, please share it. I greatly appreciate it.